I don't know who could have done this thing, but
Could be.
might have been me.
I have a significant lack
You
of
okay?
JO material at the moment
cough.
there.
Are
Fuck!
you fucking kidding
Fuck.
me?
Fuck! God damn it.
What? What did I miss?
A 70.
Oh, what?
1-0.
70? Dude, no. That's not right. You can't hit a 70 and be that close to it.
So nice.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
God, that's incredible.
Okay, you guys all ready for notes?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
emotionally recovering from
Yeah.
this, so yeah, go ahead. That might help.
Okay. Teft comes drunkenly stumbling in with burn scars on his fingers. Shin is missing. Last I saw him talking to Kaladin. Shin came up to him in the night and said his name was Ralain.
Relaine.
Ralain. And he had to go talk to someone. I get to see Kaladin shirtless. Nice. Lowell asks Luis about where Teft may have been. Garrick dips for a walk. Seems like Teft is doing some drugs. Luis says Lowell should know drugs because he's a serial killer. Oh, just kidding, because he likes pain. That's fair. Varric chats with Rock about our adventure. Do you often get taken out of your body? Not asking for any particular reason, just curious. Rock talks about his astral projections and the sacred pools in the Horneater Peaks. Rock says, we're ignorant. Rock says, I'm small. Luis carves the head of a false hydra. It's his first meh one. Pelinar and Garrick are doom walking, soaking up the trauma. Garrick is fucking with his ring. The ring is constantly peeing on him a little, lol. I don't remember why I wrote that.
The ring constantly.
Brandon,
yellowish
your
pussy
cat makes
liquid.
me laugh just with how much he's like, dude, I'm the center of attention. Pet me.
He asks the ring to show him Dalinar's past. It chuckles and says sure, but later. We're all trauma bonded again. Daddy Dalinar has a scary boy past, it seems. Pelinar has a panic attack on his walk. An 8-legged Kremling attaches to him. It snaps him back to cheesy reality again. Spider-Man jokes. Lowell herds Pelinar to training with wooden swords time. We learn all the stances. Lowell goes up to the roof to meditate. Zahil, I think his name is, tells me about how Cal tried training with dull shard blades and it was funny. The move Dalinar did was called the last clap because it's super risky. Garrick and Varix are his favorites. We finish training. Woo. Pelinar looks for Kaladin. Pelinar offers to spot for Kaladin. Pelinar swears we're not crazy, and Kaladin believes him. He's a big sad boy right now, and an angry boy. Kaladin tells Pelinar about his brother and how he buried himself in training to be better. He says Syl was important to have to talk to. No one ever talks about how to fix your brain. That's true. Asks Pelinar to help look for better ways to help Brain. We're on guard to detail with Adeline. He defeated the nephew of High Prince Relis. Relis confronts Adeline with the High Judge. Relis is big mad and insulted. LOL, Adeline punched him and they're embarrassed. Adeline's a sassy boy and wants to fight him, calls him a bitch boy, goats him into a duo fight. 2 days later, we're at the arena. Dalinar, I guess, pep talks Adeline before the fight. Bridge 4 represents in the stands. Adeline kneels by his sword and is talking to it. Battle time, question mark? Adeline's missing his lucky charm. 4 shard bearers are here. Rutro, Sadius the bitch boy is here, says he has nothing to do with it. Uh-oh, big wording loophole. Adeline agrees to fight. He's nervous. Zahil is here pep talking, says they are all scared. They're stepping in. Adeline goes for Relis first. Fierce Rain are popping up on the bitch boys. Uh-oh, they got Adeline pinned now. Adeline yields, but no one hears. Dalinar is gonna jump into fight. Sadius is being a bitch again. Elhokar doesn't want Dalinar to fight because he thinks Sadius wants him to die. Duh. Rainier jumps in. He's nervous. Dalinar's trying to get the judge to end the fight. Sadius is being a bitch again. Kaladin has entered the battle. Luis goes to the cognitive plane. Luis makes a boom sound in the ears. Lowell makes the ground difficult to walk on. Brash and Atra help distract. They aren't scared of Kaladin. Fools. Kaladin dropkicks the Shardbearer and cracks the armor. Adeline's looking real rough. It's a natty 1 type night. With a lot of nat 1s. Garrick gives Kaladin Blur. Varix makes the sand too soft, so they sink. Dalinar catches Garrick glowing. Kaladin makes Bright Lord Elite yield and takes his helm. Puts it on like a boxing glove, lol. Relis is scared of Kaladin now. Kaladin toys with Relis and takes on 2 of them at once. Uh-oh, Kaladin's out of Stormlight. The helm is stealing it. Another one yielded to Adeline. Relis runs for Renarin and Kaladin tells him to yield. Renarin dismisses his blade and accepts death. Relis hesitates and then tries to go for Kaladin. Kaladin does the last clap and we hear our friend screaming in our heads. Relis drops his blade and runs saying he didn't kill him. Are you going to yield, or do I need to get to kill my second Shardbearer? That was a dope line. The last bitch boy surrenders. The Dark Eyes are very hyped. The Light Eyes are stunned. Adeline asks Kaladin for help with the armor so he can fight Sadeas. Kaladin sees an opportunity. Aladin challenges Sadeas. Kaladin challenges Amaran. Amaran's very scared, and then the king has Kaladin fucking arrested. That's what
And for
happened.
my boon. Yeah. So last we left off,
So I
Kaladin
forgot
was...
Jade wasn't here for any of that, so that was kind of all culture shock for her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you missed, Jade.
Wow.
And I only really
The
missed
only-
the last little bit of that. The rest of it I at least vaguely remember.
Is it only Kaladin that's being arrested then, or is it all of Bridge Force since he saw Garrett glow?
Just
Well,
Kaladin.
you can be arrested too if you want. You just have to do enough crime.
Yeah, so you guys see...
Raphael, you can't keep standing there. Do something.
You
I'm
guys will
too
see a
pretty
few things
for
here.
me to
As Kaladin is put into chains and haul off, you'll see you'll see Adolin looking sweat drenched and very tired, arguing with the guards. What the fuck does that say? Evan.
Well, that was entertaining. What a night.
Oh, Evan. I
What?
catch your shit. I see it.
You didn't see anything.
All right.
Well, okay, you were the only one who saw anything.
Yeah, he was the one. Apparently, that's not okay. Cool. No.
Lord.
I
All
missed it.
right. In any case, yeah. So Kaladin is being pulled off. You see Mr. Dalinar arguing with Elhokar. Garrick, you're still up on the balcony, while you see Adolin still essentially just shouting up at Elhokar to let Kaladin go, but Elhokar's not of it as he begins leaving. You
I
guys will
asked the
see.
ring, show me how I can free Kaladin. Or tell me how I can free Kaladin, I should say. That'd be a better phrasing of it.
You'll hear kind of soft. Foolish question. Patience. He has this. As you see another eye blazing on.
So what happens when you use all the questions?
Don't question that.
Interestingly enough, again, 2 marks down from where you would expect the pattern to have continued. Yes, the question about Dalinar, and it's on layaway as it is.
Sorry about
Is it on your left hand or your right hand?
that. Right hand.
In any case, alrighty. So let's go down the line. Let's start at the back here. Pelinar, Varix, what are you guys doing as this is happening?
Kind of like shock and awe. I'm gonna like yell out, "This is outrageous! This is unfair! How can you let this happen? He did nothing wrong!"
You see Dalinar's eyes snap to you. Hold your tongue, soldier.
Oh, okay. Just immediately shuts up. Just shutting up.
Shutting up.
Well, I just saw him get in trouble, so I'm just not going to say anything.
Her eyebrows flick angrily. And they do the little. You said
Tumi.
nothing, but you don't. Your brows. They say everything for you.
There, still remember this.
You just see them curling and uncurling. Tumi, what are you up to?
Can I just like train on Sadius and see what the fuck he's doing right now? What his reaction to all this is?
Okay. That's it, Evan.
No!
No, my hat.
Yeah, you marked it.
He's seen it. Somebody pinged it. Who did this?
It was me, Barry.
I even moved it to hide it in the stairs.
Oh, good.
It's not like you're on your camera like purposely over a little bit more,
Good to
just
know.
so it can be seen through the hallway.
What is
Good
it?
to know.
What is it?
Okay. In any case, Tumi, as you're going, you see Sadius very quickly exiting the arena. And momentarily he is gone. Lowell, what are you up to? You are mute.
I am going to run around and sort of gather everybody.
Okay.
We're here. We're here to guard. We need to make sure that we keep our heads focused. I understand this is a troubling time, but make sure that we finish our duties first, and we'll figure out what to do with Kaladin once things settle down.
Alrighty. You guys will be slowly corralled by Lowell towards
Are you
Dalinar
sheepdogging
and his
us right
family.
now? He's totally sheepdogging us.
Alrighty. Luis, what are you up to?
I think I'm gonna group up with the rest of the people, and we're gonna just be like, well, that was something. Not every day your leader gets locked up, and so how are we gonna get him out?
As you ask this question, wisdom saving throw, please.
Ah, damn it. I had a feeling it might come back to bite me, but I had to risk it for the biscuit. I'm surprised it took you longer to find that one, because after you moved him the first time, I moved it to match it. I had it so well hidden.
God. It's at this moment that you're asking this question, and you kind of look down at the arena, and suddenly everything kind of shifts. As you're in a bigger, flatter arena, with stands far off in the distance, and you see what look like large, kind of walled-in, fenced areas. As around you, hundreds of Herdasian hunters are around, each holding a weapon of their own choice. As you see a scowl coming from one of them in particular. A face that is simultaneously exceedingly familiar and quite distant to you. That face, right there.
Ayo, wait. Ayo, wait. Ayo, wait. Hold up.
And it's at this moment that from around the rocky corner, you see the emerging face of one of the largest white spines that you've ever seen in your life. And you hear bellow throughout the crowd, begin. And you're snapped back to your actual body.
Oh, holy hell. I gotta lay off the grass there. I need a drink. Anybody else? Need a beverage? I could
Yeah.
go for a whole goon of wine myself. Rogo, you gotta stop putting shit in my coffee in the morning.
Hmm,
I just
not me. The small man with colorful hair. Mm-mm.
Small man with colorful hair.
The dude we met in the rocks, the penis rock, that dude.
The Archfey.
The Archfey, that one.
Okay.
And also Amaram, who, by the way, this is
Amaram.
what Amaram looks like. He promptly fucks
Isn't
off
that
as
his favorite
well.
Got thick eyes.
What do you mean?
Close enough.
Close enough.
Cool. All right, so Lowell is sheepdog and the rest of y'all motherfuckers. Raphael, you do anything while being sheepdogged?
I will
Fight the power.
gracefully nod and accept the words of our leader, keeping my head on a swivel for any suspicious behavior that we should keep track of. But I doubt that's gonna really do anything, seeing we just witnessed a murder. Did we witness a murder?
No.
Did the guy was it Kaladin that killed someone?
No. Kaladin demanded. So essentially, this fight was meant to be a kind of fight of glory for Adolin, so that he could immediately challenge Sadius and essentially kill him or have his shards taken away, like right now. Unfortunately, Kaladin also demanded a boon, and that was to fight Am here for killing his old squad and stealing his shards.
I see.
Yeah. So then Elakar promptly, instead of acquiescing to the other boon, said, "Arrest him."
Okay, yeah, got it. I'll follow along with the group and keep my eyes peeled.
Hey,
Perception
lol,
check.
now would be a good time for the stabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should let me roll.
I should let
Bitch.
you roll. Here, go ahead and roll.
Not
I
you.
won't. I won't click the button this time.
Your mouse is so far away.
Scoot the chair forward.
I can't. I have to have a perfect lean. Perception, right?
I like the little Woody hat, by the way.
I know,
Okay.
it's very cute.
There's a snake in my
See,
food.
you bitch.
It looks
I'll
best
stop
on
rolling
Archie.
for you.
Don't
I
roll me,
agree.
I die
He just
anymore.
hates me.
Okay. Raphael, as you're keeping an eye out, which, by the way, Loli, you actually noticed that for once somebody in the group is actually paying attention to shit.
Hey, I'm just looking at Sadius.
Yeah. No.
I'm always looking at people though.
Yeah. But you're more in the nosy spy sector instead of the oh shit, there's a threat coming.
I'm just eyeing Sadius because I.
What do I
hate
see
him.
with my beautiful light
That's
eyes?
valid. That's valid.
Let's see here. Raphael, at this moment, you're seeing a few interesting things. Firstly, you're seeing what was spotted briefly last session, and that is that there's a small spren that seems to be kind of skittering back across the sands of the arena that looks a lot like Rogo, Luis's spren. Yeah. Other than that, you're seeing that Renarin is visibly shaking.
Renarin's a high prince, right?
Yeah, he's Dalinar's son. This one, the one
Oh,
with the
he's the
glasses.
older one, right? Yeah.
No, he's younger. Adolin is older.
He also
Alright,
jumped in to help
roll
fight.
slots.
Yeah.
You got the nerdy one and then the battle one, right?
Yeah, you see him visibly shaking as you've also noticed, each time that he holds the shard blade, he seems to get worse with the shaking. Adolin seems to. You see Adolin essentially exasperated as his father tells him to just be quiet and let them deal with this once the arena is not a factor, essentially. And lastly, you see Navani heading up and attempting to follow her son Elokar. Yeah, those are the main.
Okay. Since we're walking, can you scroll the map up so I can see where we're at? We're walking back towards like the area that we were supposed to be in, right?
Over there.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just quietly let Lowell know, since he's the one that's de facto leader. Just be like, hey, so here's the status update. This is what I see going on. Were there any other orders aside from not dying and not freaking out?
None that I know of yet, but I'll keep you posted.
Cool. He looks real scared. I'm guessing this is like one of the few times that he's held a blade before. Actually, is he a scribe?
No.
Or is that just like a presumption because he has glasses?
Exactly what that is.
Yeah, no, he's a lefty and also not an ardent, so probably not.
Word.
Cool. Alrighty. Lastly, Garrick, you are just kind of standing there befuddled. Well, not.
Yeah.
You're kind of in a situation where you're like,
Irritated.
it happened. I can believe that it happened, but holy fuck, it actually happened. As you're just staring at the back of Elokar. And you're remembering the words of good old Moash last you talked to him. Once you figure out what you think of our king, come and talk to me.
I don't know what I think of their king yet. I know he's not deserving to be king. That's about all I know.
He a bitch.
He kind of an asshole, but which king hasn't been so far?
That's true. Alrighty. You all will coalesce and regroup as Dalinar will essentially have you fall into line, protecting him and rest of the group with Elokar as they head back towards Dalinar's war camp. It is going to be a decent walk between the two, so if any conversations wish to happen, will be the time.
Luis, where's your sprint?
He's right here.
You sure?
Mhm.
Yeah, he just made the noise. He's a buzzy bee.
Do I see
Rogo.
Rogo just buzzing him? Buzzing.
Perception check with advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Perception.
Okay. Yeah, it's again kind of difficult. Kind of blends in to the patterns and almost looks like a wrinkle, but yeah, you could see the converging lines kind of just showing there on his shoulder.
Huh. All right. Odd.
Yeah, why do you ask?
Because I thought I saw your little friend over in the sand in the arena.
Nah, Roger was right here. He and I were on a vision quest, you see.
Didn't you mention you had a brother?
Yes.
What, you think that
Why?
he has one too?
No, I'm talking about him, you fool.
I don't understand.
Well, you're saying you
Slowly
saw his
backs
friend watch
away
their
out of
kid,
the
right?
conversation
There's like
towards
burrowing its way into
the
Well-
drinks.
This is going to sound awful, I know. But there were a lot of Herdasians down there. Do you think one of them could have been your brother?
You didn't see this. That was my vision quest.
Oh, that's right. I got confused, guys. My bad.
I just saw a lookalike Rogo swimming around, you know? Well, maybe you can split him or something. You should try it. I heard Lowell's the best person to ask about splitting things apart. So
Yeah, he's been known to skin a cat or two. Or pet one upside down.
Any questions? Don't want an answer to any of them.
Right.
Weren't you helping him with something like that involving a barrel?
I walk away.
Hey, if you go into the bar, let me join you.
Okay, we'll go to the bar.
Before we go to the bar, you all filter into
First.
what appears to be kind of a smaller, kind of just not necessarily prison area, but kind of a holding cell area with Dalinar and Elokar. As you guys are mostly just kind of listening at this moment.
I'll
I need
go
my
over to
titty.
Lil. Do you still have that arrowhead?
You still have that? That'd be a fucking long time. Holy shit!
Yeah,
You guys have spears still.
I left that behind.
I thought you would have
why-
kept it as maybe a memento, considering it was a small thing.
I have a nice blade.
Yeah, I can't exactly
okay.
hand Callan a blade. I could have handed him an arrowhead. Unfortunately, that might have been a little easier. Okay.
This is true. Well, maybe we could find another arrow.
In any case, as you guys are quietly, I assume, having this conversation in the
I'm
corner.
right from the guard. Hey, you're hearing all this, right?
Just Dalinar looks down at you, shakes his head. In any case, as you walk in and finally are kind of in a private space, you'll hear Dalinar kind of shouting, "Captain Kaladin is a man of honor, Elokar." You see Kaladin sitting nearby in chains. That's his job. He insulted a High Lord in front of the entire court. He dared challenge a man so high above his station that the gap between them could hold this kingdom. He was caught up in the moment. Be reasonable, Elokar. He helped bring down 4 shardbearers on a dueling ground where his help was invited. You see Elokar throw his hands in the air. I still don't agree with letting a Dark Eyes duel as shardbearers. If you hadn't held me back, bah! I won't stand for this, Uncle. I won't. Common soldiers challenging our highest and most important generals. This is madness. What I said was true. You guys hear Kaladin whisper from the corner. Don't you speak. You've ruined everything. We lost our chance at Sadius. Adolin made his challenge. Surely Sadius can't ignore it. Of course he can't. He's already responded. You see Kaladin frown. Adolin didn't get the chance to pin down the duel. As Dalinar looks over at Kaladin. As soon as he was free of the arena, Sadius sent word and agreed to duel Adolin in 1 year's time. He wiggled out of our noose. We needed that moment in the arena to pin him down, to shame him into a fight. You stole that moment, Bridgman. You see Kaladin lower his head as he kind of looks down at the chains. This is what you get, Uncle, for putting a slave in charge of our guard. Storms, what were you thinking? What was I thinking allowing you? You saw him fight Elokar. He is good. It's not his skill, but his discipline that is the problem. As you see the king fold his arms. Execution. You see Kaladin look up. Don't be ridiculous. You see Dalinar step between Kaladin and Elokar. It is the punishment for slandering a High Lord. It is the law. You can pardon any crime as king. Don't tell me you honestly want to see this man hung after what he did today. Would you stop me? I wouldn't stand for it. That's certain. You see Elokar cross the room and step right up to Dalinar. Am I king? Of course you are. You don't act like it. You're going to have to decide something, Uncle. I won't continue letting you rule, making a puppet of me. I'm not. I said the boy is to be executed. What do you say of that? I'd say that attempting such a thing, you'd make an enemy of me, Elokar. You see Dalinar grow tense as his muscles begin to bulge through the uniform slightly. They just look at each other for a very, very long time. As finally Elokar turns away. Prison. How long? Until I say he's done. As you see Elokar wave his hand and stalk towards the exit. He stops there for just a moment, looks back, challenge in his eyes. Very well. And you'll see the king leave. Hypocrite. He's the one who insisted you put me in charge of his guard, and now he blames you? You see Dalinar sigh as he kneels down beside Kaladin. What you did today was a wonder. In protecting my sons, you justified my faith in you before the entire court. Unfortunately, you then threw it away. He asked me for a boon. I got one, it seems. He asked Adolin for a boon. You knew what we were about, soldier. You heard us plan in the conference this morning. You overshadowed it in the name of your own petty vengeance. Amaram, I don't know where you got this idea about Amaram, but you have to stop. I checked into what you said after you brought it to my attention the first time. 17 witnesses told me that Amaram won his shard plate 4 months ago, long after the ledger says you were made a slave. Lies. 17 men, light-eyed and dark, along with the word of a man I've known for decades. You are wrong about him, soldier. You're just plain wrong. If he's so honorable, then why didn't he fight to save your sons? You see Dalinar hesitate. It doesn't matter. You're going to let the king put me in prison. Yes. You see Dalinar rise. Elokar has a temper. Once he cools down, I'll get you free. For now, it might be best if you just had some time to think. They'll have a tough time forcing me to go to prison. You hear Kaladin say softly. Have you even been listening? You see Kaladin sit back, eyes wide, as Dalinar leans down at him, taking Kaladin by the shoulders. Have you not felt that it was coming? Have you not seen how this kingdom squabbles? We don't have time for this. We don't have time for games. Stop being a child and be a soldier. You'll go to prison. You'll be happy. That's an order. Do you listen to orders anymore? You see Dalinar stand up, rubbing his hands on his temple. I thought we had Sidious cornered there. I thought maybe we'd be able to cut his feet out from under him and save the kingdom. Now I don't know what to do. As he walks towards the door. Thank you for saving my son. As he filters the rest of you out.
Yep.
I presume you all make your way to the bar.
I was about to say bar.
Bar.
Yes.
You all filter to the bar. I'm going to filter to get myself a drink too.
You guys know we're all living a lie, right? There's no one that deserves to be king. It's all wrong. It's all a
I
lie.
think we break Kaladin out of prison.
No, that's actually wrong. I don't think we should.
Repercussions.
I think
I'm in
we
agreement.
need
I
to be
think it's
patient, and we
Well,
need to
no,
let.
it's a bad idea to do it, but Trace said that we can never run out of bad ideas, so I'm on a mission to try.
Here's the thing. I asked my ring for the answer, and what you're doing is blatantly going against what the answer I asked.
Bait.
Just like to point that out. So that's why my idea is my idea there. Let's just leave him be. Let it be patient. Let time pass. Eventually, Kaladin will get out. We can live without him for a little bit.
Alrighty. So as you guys arrive at the bar, you'll hear, just generally as you're walking through, everybody's talking about the duel today. Everybody's talking about, Adolin fought off 4. What about the Bridgeman? Oh, the Bridgeman, yeah. Right. Oh, and then, that High Lord. And you hear the Dark Eyes kind of celebrating it. You hear the kind of talking about it with. But in any case, you all filter your way into the bar itself and sit down. Hi, what could I get for you? See what looks like a big kind of burly, probably Azish from the complexion, lack of white eyebrows.
You're the hardest shit you got.
I think that she could handle that, but I don't know about the rest of you. As he
I
points
will
over
take
to
some
you.
of that, please.
stutter.
What'd he say?
I didn't stutter.
Okay. If your mouth starts melting, though, you're gonna have to go outside. As he pulls out a
I grab the
jug.
bottle and I start walking towards the door, knowing I'm already going to end up outside as I take a massive swig and hand it to somebody else. I just
I'll take
continue.
it.
I take like 2 gulps, hand it to someone random in the group, and I head straight for the door.
You take 5 points of acid damage as he.
It was worth it. I'm down. Just kidding. It'd be a
And I'm
lot funnier
dead.
if I was though.
Well, that's one way to handle
You
it.
guys, yeah, you guys watch as.
Who wants the bottle? Because I ran.
yeah,
I hit
yeah.
whoever. Okay, you're first. So you just. I gave you a crab too on my way out before I start getting woozy like halfway to the door.
Yeah, you guys.
Drunk
You guys
treat.
will. You guys will see Garrick about get 3 steps in and then start kind of wibble wobbling as he.
Yeah, that's good. I hand it off at a crab and I just.
As you see him turn around, there's a dribble of blood that comes drips down the side of his cheek.
I see what you meant by hearted. Oh.
To me, this is just this is your shit, so you're good.
I would like a goon of wine.
What?
A goon, big, wooden, round.
You want a fucking keg?
Roll.
Yeah, if that's what you call it here.
Okay, that'll be oh god. That too and that.
The moment you realize I didn't even pay for my drink.
Yeah.
And I've already left the building.
I
You
give
paid
back
for
the
it in
bottle,
blood,
by the
my
way. I
friend.
just want a glass. I don't want the whole
Yeah.
bottle.
He gave it to you for free. You might as well just keep it.
Did he though? I'm still here.
So let's just go
You
ahead
got
and settle a bar tab for the next month or so. If somebody wants to pay a
Derek is
platinum.
never coming back to this bar.
Yeah.
Stingy.
The only bar in camp.
It's the only game in
Can
town,
we
baby.
convince him that it was on orders?
No, I'm not gonna be
pick
that
this
guy.
up?
Fuck that.
Do you want to make a persuasion check?
Free booze.
They have not gone well for me thus far, but I have a high charisma.
You can
He's
try.
gonna lose. He's gonna lose it right here.
All right.
I'm calling it. In my head, I've called what number it's gonna be. That's not the number I expected it to be.
You see him look at you.
That's more than I
No.
expected.
We'll right in.
He does, however, hand you over a big ass cap. So who's paying the 1 platinum for basically your month bar tab?
How much do I
It
have?
would be Browse over here, and I walk away.
Excuse me?
You have
Yeah, you're
like,
team leader after all.
compared to me, you have so much money, and you are in
Wouldn't you
this
consider
game.
this
You
a
you
form
are
of
the guy in
bonding?
charge of supplies.
Jesus.
We're all drinking together. We are bonding as a team. Don't you
Brandon,
want to
you've seen how much money.
Lee, this is team bonding.
Yeah,
Such
team
great
bonding.
team bonding.
I'll also slap down another platinum just to be safe. There we go. 2 months. Let's make it 2 months.
Okay.
And I would like to follow Garrick out.
Okay. Garrick, speaking of which, firstly, go ahead and mark off your radiant healing from your hands pool as you.
As I'm healing myself outside.
Also, as you are walking outside, roll a perception check with it.
Is it all 15 I take off on my own hands or just 5?
Nope, just however much. It's just radiant healing. You guys, by the way, again, mechanically, just as a reminder, that is a self-healing pool. You can do it as a free action, and to re-up it, you just need 1 level of Stormlight.
Which is 50 gold /1 platinum.
It's 100
leave yourself a
electric.
hangover.
Oh, sorry, 100. Yeah,
You popped one of the tablets.
yeah. Straight up popped a tablet instantly. All right, no hangovers, just fun drunk.
You do feel a little bit of the drunkenness burning off as you do.
Debates on drinking it again, but decides against it.
Perception check with advantage, please. Okay. In the corner, as you're walking out, you'll see Moash talking very intensely to what looks like a. Toomey saw this individual before, but somebody who. He has dark eyes, but he has the bearing of a light eyes, like just the way he holds himself. You have, with a natural 20, heard rumors that there are some chemicals that will dye your eyes either dark or light for a short amount of time. So, it is possible.
Who do I see doing this?
You see Moash and this strange dark-eyed, light-eyed individual.
Can't really discern whether they're one or the other because they're doing whatever the fuck would change it one way or the other.
Yeah. You get the idea again. So there's just a mismatch. They have dark brown eyes, but also they hold themselves like a light eyes. Every light eyes that you've ever seen, basically. And yeah, Moash and him are talking in the corner. What looks like intensely.
Is there any chance I could eavesdrop without being noticed?
So you want to roll a stealth check?
Yeah, and if it fails, I'd like to roll a performance to see or to act like I've just been walking by.
We'll see.
A drunken stumble.
Have a backup plan for my backup.
This isn't the bathroom.
This isn't a beach. This is
Oh,
a
beach, this is
bathtub,
the
lady.
bathtub.
Would you look at this? This isn't my bedroom. Sorry, Moash.
You'll see Moash's eyes meet yours as there's this moment of recognition, a slight nod, and then you see kind of a shared intense anger with presumably what happened to
anger?
Kaladin. Huh?
Is it anger?
Yeah. He
Just nod
he
and-
kind of nods at the chair next for you.
Oh, cool. I'll join him.
You just got the frat bro
Yeah.
sock.
So, dude, hit him
But I
with Spider-Man. Hey.
How's it going?
And as I come out looking for Garrick, because I wanted to follow him and talk to him, do I see this or is he too far away?
Roll a
I
perception.
mean, I would assume he probably came out right as I'm walking over.
Something like that. We'll see. It's pretty full bar. Yeah, you definitely see that.
Cool. So I walk over and I'm like, Garrick did, and then I'm like, oh, am I interrupting? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just barge in.
Oh no, I was just going over to see our friend Moash over here. You remember him from Bridge 12?
Yeah. Oh, Moa, I've seen him forever, man. Been years. No.
Like you just saw him this morning.
Before we sit down, I just want to pull Garrick to the side. And, are you okay? I saw the way you walked out of there. I know this is not a good day. I just want to check in on you, make sure you don't do anything rash. Because Stormfather knows I want to.
I already know my answer, and it's to be patient.
That's a good way of doing it. I'm glad to hear that. But why don't we go?
I will not be one-man armying his escape. If anything, I will at least join you guys with it.
Believe me when I say that crossed my mind as well.
Believe me, it crossed mine as well. Pretty much the moment it happened.
Yeah, it took everything I had not to jump in the ring.
Take him free. Yeah, I agree. Glad we're on the same page for that.
Absolutely. Oh, let's go see what Moash wants.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Pellinar, Moash's eyes will also find you. You seem angry. Are you trying to kind of mask your emotions, or are you kind of?
I'm trying to not seem like angry, but clearly focused and intent, and obviously aware of the situation and
He's
disturbed
got
by it.
that social mask on of I'm here, but behind it, I'm gonna kill a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Basically.
you see Moash's eyes kind of narrow as they seem to understand what's lying underneath, as he subtly heads to the other chair available at the door there.
Are you guys starting a fight club?
First rule about
Let's see what Moash wants. Moash.
Cool. As you each sit down. Okay. Garrick, Pelinar. Didn't expect you, but I guess you always were pretty loyal to Kaladin. I understand. This is Graves, as he points across the table.
God damn it.
Look,
The character's name. Let's go crossover.
can
You say Graves?
can
That's my
I
double.
trust you each with something?
Of course.
Absolutely, especially in this time.
I don't think it's controversial for me to say that Elakar is a piece of shit king. Yeah.
Don't think I would deny you on that.
I share that sentiment.
Well, it so happens myself, Graves, we also share that sentiment. Look, it's my belief that if Elakar was out of the way, and you see him starting to kind of really die quiet at this moment. If Elakar was out of the way and Dalinar was able to rule this country, we would be our best. Look, I grew up just outside of Kolina, and my parents were, of course, dark-eyed, and they were fairly wealthy, and they were jewel merchants, and they refused to make a sale to Bright Lord Rishon, the local Light Eyes. And as a result, he went to the king, who then proceeded to jail my father for 4 years before promptly having them executed and then having me sold into slavery. This sounds very familiar to you, Garrick. In your vision of the shitty things that kings have done, you saw this exact circumstance.
And just real quick, meta, I know who he is, but does everyone else?
Moash?
Rashon.
Sort of. So yeah, Rishon was the Bright Lord who replaced the previous Bright Lord of Hearthstone, Kaladin's hometown.
Yeah.
He was the one who also sent Kaladin, brother, into the army. Well, brother.
I bet Hearthstone has this sick tavern.
Because he was
Uh-huh.
salty
Monsters
about
and
Riller.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got through that not too long ago. Like, oh no.
But in any case, it's at this moment that you'll see Moash nod over to Graves. Gentlemen, it's for the good of this whole country. This place is in a death spiral because we have weak leadership. The kingdoms are separated. High princedoms are fighting. We are allowing this squabbling between Jim Hearts instead of winning the army and fulfilling the Vengeance Pact. It is utterly ridiculous. He needs to be disposed of so that we can actually get some competent leadership. You remember the Blackthorn? You remember how feared he was? You remember how he and his brother united an entire nation? Well, his son is currently letting it crumble from the inside out. And if he's not going to do anything about it, then it might as well be somebody else who cares.
I agree.
But
while I do agree what we're talking about here, I'm not sure. I think we need to still trust Dalinar.
I
Agreed.
completely
I think
understand.
Dalinar will have an answer.
Completely understand. What the current circumstance is this. We're going to wait for a time when Dalinar is away and safe. Elhokar will not go to war. It's too much. He's too spineless to do such a thing. He will stay behind. And it's at this point that you'll hear Moash come in. I talked to Cal about this earlier. He seemed hesitant, but imagine now that he's seen firsthand complete lack of any sort of moral spine that Elhokar has, that I think he'll be in. If he is, are you in?
Only if Kaladin is, though.
If Kaladin's in, and he makes a convincing enough argument for me, then I say that's something I can deal with.
Okay. For now, nothing will happen. We'll just be looking for opportunities. We'll, in the background, be working to get Kaladin released if possible. Graves has some contacts with Light Eyes. Should make it a bit easier. Yes, that's right. A few influential ones. So we should be able to push Elhokar a little bit further. Man has, as Moash so eloquently put it, no spine, and will break any sort of major pressure from the outside. But Moash will be our go-between. Once Kaladin's out, we'll have another meeting, and we'll let you know.
Understood.
Good. And you see Graves stand up, and just at the corner with your natural 20, Garrick, you see some of the round contact fluid inside kind of leaking just a little bit down from the top as you see what looks kind of like an emerald green coloration as he shakes your hand. And outside of
Be
Bridge
careful,
4,
you're leaking a little bit.
oh, yes, this stuff is not exactly the most well tested so far. As you see him kind of rub his eyelid a bit as it kind of pops back up.
Yep.
But just know, not all Light Eyes believe in this eye color hierarchy that we have going on.
I'm well aware. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean all of us do either.
As you see him shake both of your hands. And just before you each go, you'll see Moash kind of will pull you each a little bit close as he gives you a hug. He's also a shard bearer. We have that on our side. As you
What
see.
grade is this?
Cool.
That's some good information. That's some good information.
Cool. All right. You will see Moash and Graves break off. Rest of y'all, what are you up to?
Team bonding.
How are we team bonding today?
We
Well,
playing a drinking
Or
game.
Luis, I was about to suggest. I don't really know how to make them into a game, so suggestions?
Do I have any very small blocks of wood on me?
Sure.
Okay, with a very small block of wood, I am going to carve out 2 cubes and put some dots on them.
Oh,
I thought you were
have
going to
2d6.
say Jenga.
I was expecting Jenga as well.
Well, they're
So
doing that.
here's the game. One person rolls, the other person has to roll high enough. The person next to him has to guess whether they're going to roll higher or lower. If they guess wrong, they drink. If they guess right, you drink.
Higher or lower,
He
you
did.
sack of shit.
Yes, you did. I love this game. This sounds
With
so amazing.
2d6.
Some people might call this rollies. I don't know.
My friends, as you see Rock step down, why not make it more interesting? How about we say one strange fact about ourselves if we lose? As well.
Yeah,
At this
we-
point, I'd like to also go back to the bar because after that information, I need a drink.
That's fair. You go get it yourself.
While they're doing that,
Hey,
can I
Les.
step out to a secluded area?
Rock, I don't imagine there's going to be many facts about you we don't know. You seem like a pretty straightforward bloke.
Oh, my friend, there are so many things that I could tell you. It is much depth and great width in this rock's body.
That terrifies Andy. That terrifies me, so I'm in.
Good, good. My friends are silly. Don't know how to play proper drinking game, but this is okay.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to roll against Mr. Brow since he bought us these beverages.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
I'm about to beat you at something.
Yep.
That's what I do in real life too.
Yep. Yeah, you probably are.
All right. Mr. Luis, you're drinking and sharing us something about yourself.
I need to think about something for myself that I haven't already shared with this group because I'm not very wise enough to play things close to my chest.
Hey, man. Could
What
be
does it
anything.
have to be? Something weird about ourselves?
Anything. Yeah, something about yourself.
Here's something. So every once in a while, I feel myself slipping into this dark pool of a world where everything turns into bubbles.
Too much air, silly boy, as he kind of rubs you on the back of the head.
You okay? Well, now, traditionally, you, Mr. Browse, would have to roll against somebody else.
Against somebody else, huh? You're up, lol.
Nope, Lowell's secluded in the corner, not here.
He ain't playing.
I didn't.
Boo!
Boo! It's team bonding.
Yeah, use all
Speaking
that
of
team
which,
bonding too.
while there's this wholesome team bonding going on,
He's playing the game what's on the inside of this living creature.
Lowell, what are you up to, buddy?
I'm actually playing what's on the inside of the sphere again. So I'd want to try to use division on the sphere to see how it holds that energy, because I'm trying to replicate this on a larger scale so I can store more Stormlight. That's essentially my long-term goal here. So,
Gotcha.
would division do something as far as like breaking it down to figure out how the thing works?
Interesting. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Not good.
Feel as if they are. I just need.
You cut out there. What'd you say?
Oh, this feels like we're on the right. Just need a.
Just say it normally.
We're on the right track. You need something more. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's got to be your wallpaper engine again. It's always damn wallpaper engine.
And it's gone. Did you actually still not catch it?
No, I caught it. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any other Ricadium slivers, or that's Is that all, Garrick?
That's all, Garrick.
Cool. Yep, as you look down into the Stormlight, you're not really able to form any sort of connection to it directly. But as you're looking, you do see kind of the miniature storm as you look closer.
I'm gonna use the rest of this time then to meditate because I don't want to drink. I'm
Okay.
gonna stay away from the liquor.
Wisdom check. You. Okay. You feel yourself kind of gaining a deeper understanding as you are kind of further delving into your personality and your impulses and kind of dividing them out and observing them, sort of thing. It's good. It's a good meditation session in the back of this strange, dingy corner.
Beautiful.
All right, back inside, Mr. Verix. Who are you chucking the other dice to?
Is everybody else here?
I think except Garrick.
Yeah, Garrick.
All right, Toomey, we're drinking.
D6. Both of you.
Just higher or lower.
It's just rollies.
Rollies.
Rolling.
Damn.
And Mr. Verix, strange fact about yourself and a drink.
Back to you.
Something interesting about me. Be vague, I guess.
And guys, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be backstory stuff. You can make up shit. I don't care.
I'm just gonna tell you my body's worth a lot of money.
Bullshit.
So what you're saying is I can get some spheres off those eyebrows,
No.
hold up like a razor.
You do
That's what I'm
still
talking about.
hear the jewel finger kind of jingling in his pouch.
Did you forget?
Said body. I was going with the whole thing.
They grew back.
Alrighty. Toomey, who are you handing the dice off to?
Oh, you're up. Raphael.
D6.
Yes. D6. I got distracted by Archie down there. He's got a Walmart bag over his neck, and I really hope he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Wow. 2.
2.
2. Yes. I don't know why it didn't load.
Weird. Okay. That means weird fact about you and a drink there, Raphael.
Okay, I'll take a swig. I might not be very good at it yet, but I do enjoy music. As I hold my very makeshift riff-raff little like lute thing that I made from back when we were no, it was after we were slaves. It was here in camp. I did a little creation. I was inspired by Luisa's fine artwork that I decided to test my hand at it. I'll strum a little chord. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, none of you were there. Just remembering the Raphael strip session. He was playing music.
It was with the false hydra, but I was entertaining people at the bar because that's how you gather intel.
Alrighty, Raphael, who you're handing the dice to?
Who hasn't gone yet?
Pelennor, I think.
Put them on the table.
All
All right, so here we go.
Both of them.
D6. Guess you'd have to roll it off your sheet. Sorry. Damn.
Ooh.
Dude.
So what do I got to say?
Just a fact about yourself.
Can
And
be
take a
made
drink.
up.
I don't exactly believe in monarchies.
What? It's not a fun fact.
I think it's pretty fun. I
Just
think
so you
there
guys
could be
know
a better
what-
system. I'm just saying.
Boring. Boo.
I mean, imagine if there was a thing where you have representatives that represent the people. I don't know. I know it's a crazy idea.
Are you high?
No, not at all. It could be a house per se of like representatives, you know?
Nerd.
Those are some awfully fancy words coming out of your mouth right now. Did not realize you're a man of literature.
I mean, my mother used to
Reading.
read quite a bit about the freedoms that we should be guaranteed, like speech, for example.
Hmm.
No. That way we could arrest the Dark Eyes. Don't worry about it.
I just don't think that someone's station should be determined by their eye color, but the content of their character.
I do want to remind you, we are in a public bar. In a camp that is devout to the current monarchy, so
I'm
maybe
aware.
you keep your voice a little lower.
To be fair,
Otherwise, I do not associate with this man.
to be fair, two
around.
tables away, you hear somebody talking about becoming an anarchist. so-
See,
I'm just like,
I'm not saying I'm gonna do anything. I just think it would be better for everyone.
I did not realize. But, Pelinar, you're a man of comedy. So am I. This is great. We could get along just fine.
Well,
I'm gonna slide over a
Well-
drink again.
Who doesn't like to laugh?
Ha ha.
Huh?
Where's Garrick?
I'm right there
Are you?
in the same room as you guys. Yeah.
Oh, you came back? Okay.
I thought you were still loitering out there. He
I
was
did too.
right
So I can lay down so my back can actually stretch.
Mm.
I'm on the floor right behind you.
Yes. Well, you're the last one. You want to share something about yourself? Aside from the stomach ache that you have right now.
No, that's gone. Truth be told, I think at this point I might be on the same boat as Pelinar, where I don't know if the monarchy is any good anymore.
Another jokester. Awesome.
In,
Speaking of more,
in
guys.
a different sense of I don't know if there's ever been such a thing as a good king. That concerns me. Right.
As you think about it, there's only one decent example that you could think of, and that was Noadon from The Way of Kings, but also that was a autobiographical work, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, so I mean, who knows? He could have suck his own dick, so
The fuck?
I stand by what I said.
Guys, I think we should start making signs, and I think we should pick it.
Maybe God is the answer.
Hey, oh almighty, Stormfather, you got me?
Your father, I hear you out there, bro. Look me up.
We could unionize.
Oh, my back fucking hurts.
Alrighty. Cool. You all drink your way into the night. Con saves. Everybody who's drinking.
I didn't have a choice, it sounded like.
You said con check?
Con save.
Con save. I'll totally.
Fuck you,
go.
Evan.
I got this.
You were on it.
Varix is so sober by the end of the night. Toomey's chilling. Luis is chilling.
Oh.
Raphael is a little bit fucked up. Well, no, Raphael's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Helena's
I'm
pretty
just-
fucked up.
I am overjoyed at the fact that there are fellow comedians with me. We're all having a good laugh together.
Garrick, you're kind of on the cusp.
Tipsy.
Yeah, like you're there. You're feeling good.
I'm just chilling, bro.
But in any case, you all find your way back to the barracks eventually. Lowell, you heading back as well?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you are all back at the barracks. Anybody want to talk to their sprint before they go to bed?
Yeah. Rogo,
Mm,
did you also see that really strange vision I had?
mm, yes and no. I can only see what you can see, and you decided to look away. Hmm. Mm. Think it was small man with weird hair. Hmm. Don't know.
Yeah, I also saw it, and I heard a great beastie.
Hmm. Ooh, like the one over there. As you kind of look over and see the white spine that you carved with the strange scar going down its eye that you don't really remember.
Yeah, kind of like that one.
Mm, something deeper. Mm, mm,
Deeper. You mean like a hole?
mm. More like a box inside a box inside a box that was locked.
Well, if I've learned anything, you don't need a key to open a lock, you just need a pickaxe and determination.
Mm, think that may shatter your brain. Perhaps you should be careful.
Oh, I'm the box.
Yes.
Ah, brilliant. Now I just gotta crack the safe. I know only I can know the code.
Mm, yes, that might be the issue.
Oh,
I
you
think
talking riddles, my friend.
I think the small man made a hole in the boxes, and you may be getting a peek inside. Mm,
The small man made. I told that bastard to leave me alone.
mm,
He made a hole in my brain? Where is
mm.
it? Is it like Pelinius?
Oh my god.
I didn't say
Bro.
the words. I did not say the words.
Didn't say it.
Look on
Technically,
Trace's face.
Trace already punished me once.
Double or
didn't,
nothing.
not yet. By the way,
it was a pretty good roundabout.
as thank you for reminding me. As you are kind of, oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh,
As
that
you're
wasn't even the punishment? Oh,
no,
fuck.
as you're out and about, kind of walking off the drink for the night, talking to Rogo, you you end up in kind of this strange little area with a bunch of little markers there. Like, oh, that's neat. You kind of lean over and your foot slips as you go tumbling into two, and you see cook, 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 as a row of these markers gets knocked out down like dominoes. It's like, oh shit. As you hear somebody shouting, "Those are graves, you bastard!" And somebody's running out towards you.
I am going to immediately just run off. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I have something fantastic for this. We're going to go ahead and use a Stormlight level
Mhm.
and create an image of light.
Mhm.
And we're gonna, you know what? You know who's a little creepy? We're gonna put lull on the scene here. I'm sorry, Cam. I'm sorry, bro, but you're the creepiest one. You're the only one I can imagine being in a graveyard.
As you slink back and this person comes running out, you'll see them kind of pull up and stop. Oh, Lieutenant Lowell, terribly sorry about that. Must have been an accident.
And
We'll
I'm
get this
just gonna
cleaned up.
have it say, "That's all right. I was looking for some things, but I'm going to be going now, and it's going to walk in the opposite direction of me.
Okay. You'll kind of hear whispering between a pair of these two grave tenders as they start putting back up the markers. Did you hear the rumors about him back in Yakoved? Why he was thrown out?
I have put the Uno reverse card and ended up punishing Cam. I'm sorry, buddy.
By the way, you can put that over yourself as well. And to actually get it to move, you technically need to attach it to Rogo as it moved away, because they can't like move on. They have to be attached to something.
It has to be attached.
Yeah, so ignore that. That's
Okay.
literally just a copy and paste spell from a separate.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
so to have it actually move, you need to attach it to something. Rogo is usually going to be your default. So you could do like one, or you could do it to yourself or other people.
Okay, this is starting to make a little bit more sense as to limitations. Yeah, we'll just say that it was. Yeah, we'll
Attached
we'll
to
just
Rogo.
say that it was on me, and I started walking back the other direction.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. In any case, you eventually find your way back to bed. Anybody else want to have a convo with their friend before they head to sleepy time?
Bro, I have had a day. It's silence after getting drunk and sleep for me.
I'll say hi and listen to Koshi's drivel because they want to save everyone. And I don't know how to do that personally, but it is entertaining to hear. So
I do wish we could get Kaladin out now, but it seems as if time is the only thing waiting for those shackles to be undone. More harm in freeing than helpfulness, I think. But I don't know. Do you want to?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ko. I don't think it's the physical shackles that have been tying him down.
Fair enough.
But hey, I mean, he's slowly building himself back up again. He's captain now, so there's that. There's always hope for redemption.
That's true. Windrunners so hard on themselves.
Some, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Windrunners is kind of in the name, right? To be carefree.
No. They always want to take care of everyone. They're like big brothers or sisters.
That was rude of you to say. You know that's my soft spot. Come on.
What?
I just give Ko just a disappointed look. I'm like, really? Really? You gonna pull that card on me? Okay. Hey, did you see Luis's sprint like I did in the arena? Or the one that looked like his?
Oh, cryptics. Always fun to see. So spinny, but too constrained.
So it was his?
Don't think so.
Huh. Can you also do that where you can like split yourself apart, or are you just one small sphere? Constant?
No, I can shift form as you see them shift into what kind of looks like an androgynous, masculine, feminine kind of figure of light. As they looky said, I can change, but generally I like pulsing better. So, best form is a ball.
Nope, I'll keep that to myself. Okay. Yeah.
Be
Sounds
free
reasonable.
to talk.
I'm just gonna give Ko another look of like, Maybe another time, buddy. Maybe another time.
Mm,
I'm gonna go lay down in bed and listen to everyone else do their nightly routines.
mm. Good night. You see the little body kind of flop down to its side and then shift back into a ball before kind of nestling in. Cool. Anybody else hankering for a conversation?
I'll talk to Sinair.
Yes.
Hi. I just was wondering, do you feel satisfied? Like, are you happy?
Emotions are hard for Sprin. My desire is to break things apart and understand what they're. But these things are held from us without the bond. It is the same. The only surge that is not is vision till one is ready to control it. It is with the releasers as well as it is with the skybreakers.
And how do I control it?
I don't believe you will be able to access it until your next ideal. Once the words are said, meant, and understood, then we will be able to unleash such destruction upon the world that if we are not in control, could harm those we cared about.
Well, I I definitely feel that this is something that we can do, and I appreciate you doing this with me.
Of course, the bond is what many Sprin had forgotten since the Recreants. It is dangerous, but also very rewarding.
Well, sorry, okay. I will continue to work and yeah,
I
I'll just
believe there is tell of another in Carbron.
Rob Blonde.
Carbron.
Carbon.
It is a smaller island state to the south, primarily known for their storms.
Well, the next time I'm in Carbron, we should look for them.
Indeed. I would also caution you, strange red spren have been seen around. They zip like lightning, but are not of us. Feel different.
Interesting. Okay. This is definitely something I'll have to ponder and we'll look into later. But
Roll an intelligence check real quick.
oh no.
You remember seeing something very similar in the sphere that was given to Mr. Relane, otherwise known as Shen, before he disappeared.
Okay. What am I supposed to do with that information? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to think about that one. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate you.
Indeed. You do good work.
I'll give him a little pat.
You'll feel just the tiniest little singe of heat in your Alrighty. Anybody else up for a conversation? Nope. Hey, Toomey.
No.
Toomey.
I would like to make a carving.
Toomey.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. Sorry, I forgot Atra's name for a second. Um.
Toomey, you really have to remember people's names. Anyways, you thought about something else that you want to kind of work on with yourself? Forgot that.
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. Just checking it. Maybe we could work on working on things. Anyways, no, sorry, I'm stressed. Kaladin being taken is concerning. I think he's the closest to the third ideal right now. So
To the third idea? Is that what you just said?
ideal.
Ideal.
Mm.
What is the third ideal?
Oh, it changes depending on the order and all that. I don't know. He's like I said, I think he's the closest. I could feel it.
How many ideals are there?
I think there's supposed to be 5, but apparently if I remember correctly, what I was told was that the 5th ideal was always a real toughie to get in. Yeah, kind of gets hard as it goes on.
What happens if you get all 5?
I don't know. Supposed to get more power as you go through your ideals.
What's the furthest you know anyone's ever gotten?
Well, see, that's the issue. Everybody, well, except for Syl, every Sprint who bonded to a human prior was killed off in the recreants. So,
Why wasn't Syl?
I wonder if I'm remembering correctly, but I think her knight died, and she went into a strange state where she basically went to sleep for a very long time. So she wasn't bound at the time, but I just don't know much about that time. It's not talked about. Of taboo back in Shades.
I've never talked to Syl, right? I've just seen her.
Yeah.
Have I heard her or no?
Heard? Yeah.
Okay. Huh. What do you think? Do you think we should leave Kaladin there, or do you think we should try and break him out? I know how I feel. I'm just curious what your answer is.
I think you have the tendency to be impulsive.
My answer is not the impulsive one, though. I just wanted to see if you were going to be a dick about it.
Okay. Checking. Anyways. I'm going to a puddle for a bit. See him
Did
just kind of
blind and
slowly
those guys
melt
wear you out?
out. You all get a good night's rest. The next few days are spent stressful. Everybody roll a perception check real quick.
Do you want me to roll for you, Marsh?
Go ahead.
You bitch.
Oh wow.
Okay. Pelinar, Garrett. Yeah, you guys are the only ones who notice this. You've been noticing as you've been going about camp the last about day and a half, that of course Kaladin is missing, but so is Adolin, weirdly enough.
That is weird.
He got grounded.
Jake will be right back.
Thoughts?
I mean, you're kind of right, though. I think.
No, I didn't notice it.
Grounded?
This is just
No,
you
I
and
know,
Pelinar.
I know. I'm still thinking though. Like out loud, I'm thinking you're kind of right.
Meta hearing his whole conversation with Kaladin and treating him like he was a disappointed dad. I'm like, he's probably grounded. He called him a child. Very disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Ooh.
All right. In any case, actually, the two people are in the right area. Varix and Pelinar. Could you roll a Arcana check for each of y'all there, Mr. Brendan? Pelinar don't know shit. Varix, you know shit though. Good. Okay, Varix, you'll feel a connection kind of snap into place again between the group and Kaladin specifically. As you all are going about lounging your day, you will see through the eye of Mr. Kaladin. You see him placed inside of a small kind of isolated cell in the very end of a hallway. You see stone door of steel bars. The chains were left on him as he was locked in. And you'll see just sitting on so until still. This is what comes of trusting eyes again. So, Kaladin. You see, Kaladin close his eyes, turn, stage, stone inside a
Was that loud?
cage.
Sorry. My bad. You can't crunch this quietly. Should I just swallow them instead? Nope.
Just remember,
Don't do
bitters
that.
are quitters.
Ow. My tongue.
Kaladin had never been in prison before. Cages, yes. Pits, pens, under guard, room, yes. But never in a proper prison. Perhaps that was because prisons were too nice. He had 2 blankets, a pillow, a chamber pot that was early. They fed him better than he had ever been fed when he was a slave. The stone shelf wasn't the most comfortable bed, but the blankets, it wasn't too bad. He didn't have any windows, but at least it wasn't a storm. All in all, it's a very nice room, and he hated it. In the past, the only times where he'd been stuck in a small space had been to weather high storm. Now, being enclosed here for hours on end with nothing to do but lie on his back and think, he found himself restless, sweating, missing open spaces, missing the wind. The solitude didn't bother him. The walls, though, they felt like they were. On the 3rd day of his imprisonment, he heard a disturbance from the other side of the prison, beyond his chamber, just out of. He stood up, ignoring Syl, who sat on an invisible bench on his wall. What was that shouting? It echoed through the hallway. His little cell. Oh. The only people that he had seen being locked in there locked up were guards and servants. Spheres glowed on the walls, keeping the place well lit. Spheres in the room meant for criminals. Were they there to taunt men locked away, riches just beyond reach? He pressed against the cold bars, listening to the indistinct shouts. He imagined Bridge 4 having come to break him out. Stormfather sinned that they didn't try something so foolish. He eyed one of the spheres on the setting of the wall. What? I might be able to get close enough to suck the light out. It's only a little further than the portion anywhere when last drew light gemstones. And then what? Would you help me break out if I wanted to? Do you want to? I'm not sure. Might still need to. Breaking out would be against the law, though. See, Syl lift her chin. I'm no high spring. Laws don't matter. What's right matters. On that point, we agree. But you came willingly. Why would you leave now? I won't let them execute me. They're not going to. You heard Dalinar. Dalinar could go rot. He let this happen. He tried to. He let it happen. He's the same as the others. He sells zip over to her. Say again. All right, fine. He's not. But the king is. Admit it, Syl. Elhokar is a terrible king. First he lauded me for trying to protect him, and at the snap of his fingers he's willing to execute me. He's a child. Kaladin, scaring me. Am I? You told me to trust you, Syl. When I jumped down into that arena, you said this time things could be... How is this? You see, Syl kind of... Even Dalinar admitted that the king had made a mistake in letting Sadeas wiggle out of the challenge. Moash and his friends are right. This kingdom would be better off without Elhokar. Syl kind of dropped to the floor, her head back. Kaladin to his bench. Two stirred up to sit, he just found himself pacing forth. You could hear him muttering under his breath, keep your word down. Eventually the disturbance, whatever it had been, quieted. Yes, you see Kaladin ask servants about it when they came for his food, but she didn't speak to him. You see Kaladin eats. And then as he finishes up his plate, you look outside and you see a man in all dark clothes sat on a little bench, sharp nose, as Hoyd sat right across. Nice place you have here, Bridge Boy. I considered moving in here myself on several occasions. The rent might be cheap, but the price of admission is quite steep. You see Kaladin scramble to his feet. You see him tuning some sort of strange instrument lap made of taut strings and polished wood. It hadn't been there a moment ago, nor had he. The bench hadn't even been there before. What the hell? How did you get in? Well, there are these things called doors. Guards let you? Technically. You see Hoyd pluck a few strings. Yes. See Kaladin sit back down on the bench in his cell. You hear Hoyd just soft to himself. And then he nods. Perfect pitch. Makes this all so much easier than it once was. Kaladin just sit waiting. Well? Yes, thank you. Are you going to play music for me? No, you wouldn't appreciate it. Then why are you here? I like visiting people in prison. I could say whatever I want to them, and they can do nothing about it. I've come for a story. What story? The one you're going to tell me. Ah, I'm in no mood for your games today, Hoyd. See Hoyd pluck a note on his string. Everyone always says that, which, well, first off, makes it a cliché. I'm led to wonder, is anyone ever in the mood for my games? And if they are, would that not defeat in the point of my games in the first place? Here at Kaladin's eye as Wit continued to at his notes. If I play along today, will that get rid of you? I will leave as soon as the story is done. Fine. The man went to jail. He hated it. The end. Ah, so it's a story of a child then? No, it's about. Well, perhaps it's a story for a child. I will tell you one, just to get the mood. A bunny rabbit and a chick went frolicking through grass on a sunny day. A chick? A baby chicken? And a what? Oh, I forgot myself for a moment. Sorry. Let me make it more appropriate for you. A piece of wet slime and a disgusting crab thing with 17 legs slunk across the rocks together on an insufferably rainy day. Is that better? Suppose it is. Is the story over? It hasn't started yet. As you hear Hoyd abruptly slap on the string and begin to play a ferocious rhythm. The vibrant, energetic repetition, one punctuated note, then 7 in a row, frenzied. The rhythm got inside Kaladin, seemed to shake the entire room. What do you see? Close your eyes, idiot! You see Kaladin close his eyes, just mumble under his breath. This is stupid. What do you see? Kaladin felt like Wit was. The man said to do that. The man was said to do that. He was supposedly Sigzil's old mentor. Shouldn't Kaladin have earned his reprieve by helping out his apprentice? There was nothing of humor in these notes, these powerful notes. Wit added a second melody complementing the first. Was he playing that with his other hand, both at the same time? How could one man, one instrument, produce so much music? Kaladin saw in his mind a race. That's the song of a man who's running. In the driest part of the brightest day, a man set off for the eastern sea. You hear Hoyd say perfectly to the beat, a chant almost like a song. And where he went or why he ran, the answer comes from you to me. He ran from the storms, Kaladin said softly. The man was Fleet, whose name you know, spoken of as Lord, the fastest man I've ever. The surest feet ever to known to roam. In times long past, in times I've known, he raced the heralds Chanaran. He won that race, as he did each one. But now, the time for defeat. For Fleet so sure, Fleet the quick. To all he heard, he yelled his goal, to beat the wind, to race us. A claim so brave, so brash, a claim too bold. To race the wind. Undaunted, Fleet was set. So to the east there went our fleet. Upon the shore was set. Our storm grew strong, the storm grew wild. Who was this man set to die? No man, the god of storms. No fool had ever been. The melody was getting insane. How did Wit play this music with only 2 hands? It sounded like a storm of noise around. Surely some other hands had joined him. Kaladin felt that he should look, and yet he did not want to break. In his mind's eye, he saw the race. Fleet, barefoot man. Wit claimed all knew of him, but of such a story. Lanky, tall, with tied back long hair that went to his waist. Fleet took a mark door, leaning forward, running posture, waiting as the storm wall thundered and crashed across the sea. Kaladin jumped as Wit burst into a haze of noise, signaling the race to start. Fleet tore off, just in front of an angry, violent wall of water, lightning, and wind-blown rocks. Wit did not speak again until Kaladin prompted. At first, Fleet did well. Over rock and grass our Fleet did run. He leapt the stones and dodged the trees, his feet a blur, his soulless sun. The storm so grand it raged and spun, but away our Fleet did. The lead was his, the wind behind. The man now proved that storms could lose. Though through land he ran so quick and sure, the Alethkar he left. But now the test he saw ahead, for mountains that he would have to climb. The storm surged on and released a howl. It saw its chance and might now approach. To the highest mountain and the coldest peaks, our hero fleet did make his way. The slopes were steep, the paths unsure. Would he maintain his mighty lead? Obviously not. You never stay ahead. Not for long. No! The storm grew close, till it chewed upon his heels, upon his neck. Fleet did feel its chill, its breath of ice all around. A mouth of night and wings of frost. Its voice was breaking rocks, its song of crashing rain. Kaladin could feel it, the icy water slipping through his clothing, wind buffeting his skin, roar so loud he could soon hear. He'd been felt. And then the tip he did reach, the peak we found. Fleet climbed no more. He crossed the peak and down he slid. His speed returned. Outside the storm, Fleet found the sun. Azir's plains now in his path. He sprinted west. No more broad his stride. But he was growing weak. No man could run that far without getting tired, even Fleet. Yet soon the race, its toll did claim. His feet like bricks, his legs like claws. In gasps our runner drew his breath. The end approached, the storm outdone. But slowly did our hero run. More mountains, Shinovar. A final challenge raised its head, a final shadow to his dread. The land did rise once again, the misted mountains guarding Shin. To leave the storm winds behind, our fleet again began to climb, and the storm caught up. The storm again came on his back, the winds again did spin around. The time was short, the ending near. Through those mountains, our fleet did dash. It was upon him, even going down the other side of the mountain, he was unable to stay very far ahead. He crossed the peaks, but lost his lead. The last path lay before his feet. But strength he'd spent and might he'd lost. Each step was toil, each breath in pain. A sunken land he crossed in grief. The grass so dead it did not move. But there the storm, it too did wilt. With thunder lost and light spent, the drops slipped down, now weak. For Shin was not a place for them. Ahead the sea, the race's end. Fleet stayed ahead, his muscles raw, eyes he saw, legs barely walk, but he went to his. The end you know, the end will live. A shock for men, me. The music played, but there were no words, as Wet waited for Kaladin's reply. Enough of this. He died. He didn't make it. The end. See the music stop abruptly. Kaladin opened his eyes, looking forward to Toyd. Would he be mad? Kaladin gave such a poor conclusion to the story. You see Hoyd stare at him, instrument still in his lap. The man didn't seem angry. So you do know this story? What? I thought you were making it up. No, you were. Then what is there to know? All stories have been told before. We tell them to ourselves, as did all men who ever were, and all men who ever will be. The only things that are new are the name. See Kaladin sit up, and he tapped his finger against the stone block of this bench. So, Fleet, was he real? As real as I am. And he died before he could finish the race. He died. You see Hoyt smile. What? Suddenly you see Wit attack the instrument. Music ripped through the small rooms. Kaladin rose to his feet as the notes reached new heights. Upon the land of dirt and soil, our hero fell but did not stir. His body spent, his strength undone. Fleet was a hero no more. The storm approached, found them there. It stilled and stopped upon its course. The rains they fell, the winds they blew, but forward they could not progress. For glory lit and life alive, for goals unreached and aims to strive, all men must try. The wind did see, it is the test, is the dream. So you see Kaladin slowly step up towards the bars, even with his eyes open. He could see it. He imagined it. So in that land of dirt and soil, our hero stopped the storm itself. While the rain came down like tears, our fleet refocused to end his race. His body dead, but not his will. Within those winds, his soul did rise. It flew upon the day's long song, win the race and claim the dawn. Past the sea, past the waves, our fleet no longer lost his breath. Forever strong, forever fast, forever free to race. As you see Kaladin rest his hands against the bars of the cage, music rang the room, slowly died. Kaladin gave it a moment, Hoyd looking at his instrument and a proud his lips. Finally, he tucked the instrument under his arm and took the bag and sword, walked towards the doorway out. What does it mean? It's your story. You decide. But you already knew it. I know most stories, but I've never sung this one before. As you see Hoyd look back at him. What does it mean, Kaladin of Bridge 4? Kaladin Stormblessed? The storm caught him. The storm catches everyone eventually. Does it matter? I don't know. Good. As you see Wit tip his sword up towards his forehead, as if in respect. Then I've given you something to think of, says as he. And you all snap awake.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything. What?
No, I said damn.
I said babe. I was like, what you doing, man?
I was riveted.
Yeah, there's a lot of us that know that story already.
That was my first time hearing it.
Yeah.
I love the poetry. It's good.
First of all,
hits.
anyway.
Anyways, floor is yours if anybody wants to discuss their current vision.
Is that why? Is that why it's called Windrunners? Yeah.
That was actually
It makes so much
likely,
sense now.
That was most likely an edge dancer.
What?
That was most likely an edge dancer. You guys haven't know what it is. Any
Yeah, we knew Fleet. We knew him personally. Just write a different name.
anyways, as you all are going, Pellinar, you noticed that Adolin has been distinctly missing the past few days as well. Kaladin.
Weird. A little fishy.
Yeah, that is strange. Has Renarin been around?
Yeah. Renar and the rest of the Colin family, they're all around. Adolin.
Are we back at the barracks or?
At the moment.
In a vision.
Yeah. You guys were chilling at the barracks, had a vision. Now you're back.
When the opportunity presents itself, I'd like to go ask Renarin if he knows where Adolin is.
Okay.
yeah,
Doesn't take too long.
I guess
You've
he's either grounded or he's training for his
Renarin
fight.
has been kind of sticking around with Bridge 4 lately, not your group specifically, actually the house group. So going over there, you eventually do find Renarin helping with daily tasks. Oh, hi there. How are you doing?
Right, Prince. First-
Renarin's fine.
I just want Renarin. Well, first, I just want to make sure that you're okay after everything.
Yeah. I have a thing where sometimes do what I want to do. Working. Kaladin, well, the surgeon said it was epilepsy, but Kaladin said it didn't really make sense. So I don't know. We're looking.
Kaladin's got quite the medical experience. I might put my faith in him on that one, but I can't really say. I don't know too much about it. In any case, I just wanted to make sure that you're okay. And if you ever want some training or some advice on holding a sword or spear, just come let us know. You're always welcome to join us for a training session.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to talk to my dad about spear training. I know that there's some weird taboos about it. I don't usually talk about it too much, but yeah, no, I'll figure it out.
Sure, I understand, and a spear certainly is no shard blade.
Hmm.
In any case, have you seen your brother anywhere? I've noticed he hasn't been around much lately. Is he all right?
Oh, yeah, he demanded to be locked up as long as Kaladin is.
Locked up?
Yeah.
Is he also in prison, or is he just in his rooms?
No, he stormed into the prison and demanded that he be put into a cell as long as Kaladin is.
Oh my. I can't imagine Shallan is very happy about that.
Well, no, but she also, I don't know, she's been doing stuff over in Sabario's camp a bunch. I think he was helping out with his house records or something, staying on his estate, that sort of.
I see. And how's your father taking this?
I think that he believes that it's an honorable act, so it's certainly okay. Hey, this is supposed to be a secret, but you keep it a secret.
Of course.
He kind of takes it off to the side. So, father was harsh on Kaladin, but the thing is, he still did help win 4 shard plates and three shard blades. Yeah, 3 shard blades. So don't tell anybody this, but he's planning on giving Kaladin so that he's not so much with the Light Eyes anymore.
Oh. Interesting.
What?
Well, my word of advice, maybe have your father speak to Kaladin about that. He from what I recall, Kaladin isn't all too into possessing a blade.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, he can't really talk to him right now while he's locked up because Elcar is being about it.
Of course.
But yeah, I guess we'll see what he wants to do. I mean, it's his. He could do whatever he wants with it, basically.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, should those shards need to go to other places? I'm just kidding. There's far more worthy.
Oh, well, all right, for sure, man. Yeah. As he kind of gets you a pat. In your ear, you're gonna hear Brash. Yeah, we're not taking any of those. Yeah, they feel wrong. I'm not joking, Pelino.
Yeah. No, of course not. I don't need shards. I got these. No.
As you see Renard kind of, he starts fiddling with this little, it looks like a little fidget box, basically. As he's like, okay, bye. He walks off.
If you do ever need anything, or even just someone to talk to, I'm always there.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Special little guy.
So I'll head back to the rest of the crew and let them know that Adolin is getting locked up too.
Voluntarily.
Voluntarily.
Protest.
We work for the weirdest people.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying I'll never understand royals.
I'm gonna say that canon to you since I was with you, Hunter. We work for the strangest people.
I agree. Royals make no sense.
I agree. I'm glad we'll never have to deal with being that.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Wow, that making a soldier makes more sense than being a royal these days.
It really does.
Be upset at this whole situation because I basically did the same thing.
Yep.
That's how I ended up over in Bridge 4.
Wait, what?
Oh, nothing.
No.
No.
I don't not elaborate.
That's my thing.
Raphael. No.
You're saying you volunteered to go to prison, or like, are you Kaladin or are you Adolin in this situation?
Well, I wouldn't say that I saved someone, but they clearly didn't deserve the punishment that was handed out to them. And I figured, hey, I haven't been to jail before. Why not try that? But then I ended up at a camp.
What the
and
fuck are you thinking?
it was more than I thought. And then suddenly I couldn't wear clothes, which is normally fine, but so many staring eyes, and it just.
Pelion, I understand royalty
Everyone
even
thought-
less.
Everyone thought that I was a woman, and then Garrick was like, "Oh, only women can write," and I was like,
You're a woman, I knew it!
"No,
You
No.
have seen my penis.
I was about to say, you've
Prove
seen
it!
Raphael
Come
naked.
out now and prove it!
I dropped my pants and prove it."
Drop
So
trow
see-
now.
see?
Oh shit!
All right,
He is a dude. It's a he she.
All right.
Garrick, I'm going
Well,
to straight
since it's come up, roll the d12.
What?
Since it's come up, roll a d12.
Nice.
Since what came up?
Oh my god.
Thanks, Brittany, for realizing it instantly.
You
JP, the only
men,
one who hasn't realized it yet.
boys, children.
Amen.
I hope you roll a 12, Jade.
I
do
hope
too.
she does too.
Oh,
For the record, Zeph did.
He did. That was an 11. It was real close.
It was an 11, yeah. Hung like a horse.
A breeding horse.
Oh, God.
Yep, it says to everyone.
whoops! I did it
It's okay.
twice by accident.
That is
Go ahead.
the law
It's
when it
not
comes
funny
to
anyway.
speak
Go
of
up here.
penises.
There's a drop down thing of dice right here. It says
Jesus.
D10 next to it. You just click
This one?
or D12, yeah.
Okay, average. All right.
That's
No, that
average.
damn.
Hang the
Say that is
fuck on.
average.
Average.
Do not say that is an average. No, it is fucking not, gentlemen.
Hold up.
No,
I have
Marshall, you got some strong feelings there, buddy.
to that comment.
that is above.
First of
You
all, I have
do
some
not
follow-up
to send
questions.
us all into a fucking hate world for this.
I'm sorry.
It's a little bit more than double the
killed
average.
all
The
of them,
woman
Jade.
said
I love you
average
so
10
much.
inches.
The
Jade.
opportunity person. What am I
So-
supposed to do? Not take it?
Yeah, like,
As
how
the
can you
clouds
forget?
come down,
Oh,
you guys
You've
just
been
have
Raphael.
hanging out with.
Well endowed.
I'm just gonna stare directly at Garrick.
Well, shit, I guess you're right. At least you had the bullets to prove it, literally.
It's more
Who
than browsers.
have you been hanging out with? That is
Oh,
what
on
you
the
call
for the past
shit.
hour, but that's about mid.
Oh my god.
pretty good. Fucking great.
So yeah,
Oh, that made me
Slave
really
Life wasn't the
happy.
worst, but
was a
definitely.
good
I
moment.
can't wait to rewatch
I'm
Brandon's stream and see each
Yeah.
of you guys' reactions to that individually.
You know the best part is I was on my back the entire session, and then the moment that had to happen, I had to sit up.
Yeah,
and
that
be
got
like, "Okay,
Marsha.
Hold on a minute.
Pretty good. It's pretty
Look,
good.
my back
Still,
might hurt, but it's not going to hurt enough for me not to stand up for the boys.
still the undisputed victory is from
Oh,
Zeph, but that's a
shit.
strong second place.
it's very fair.
Oh, God.
Until someone rolls a 12, and then you're like, all right, roll again. It's like, what? No, we're going to keep going. We can see how long this gets.
Anyways, all right. Anybody want to do anything prior to the week being up, essentially?
Life,
Are we still
wonder if
getting
anything
paid?
is real.
But you get paid monthly.
Wait for that paycheck so I can have some more fucking power.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? We get paid.
Yeah. Still got a little more time. Okay. Well, if nobody else has anything. Nope. Okay. As you guys will kind of have a moment, you'll once again be in the barracks after guard duty, kind of just relaxing as you slip into another quick vision. Life continued in Kaladin's cell. Though the accommodations were nice for a dungeon, he found himself wishing that he were back in the slave wagon. At least he'd then be able to watch the scenery. Fresh air, wind, and the occasional rinse of a high storm. Life certainly hadn't been good, but it'd been better than being locked away and forgotten. They took the spheres away at night, abandoning him to blackness. In the dark, he found himself imagining that he was someplace deep, within miles of stone above him, and no pathway out, no hope of rescue. He could not conceive of a worse death. Better to be gutted on a battlefield, looking up at the open sky, life leaked away. Eventually, sleep found him, and the next morning, light woke him. He sighed and watched the ceiling as guards, and light-eyed soldiers he didn't know, replaced the lamp spheres. Day after day, everything was the storming same in here. Waking in the frail light of spears, which only made him wish for the sun. The servant arrived, gave him his breakfast. He'd placed his chamber pot out to reach. He scraped the stone. You see the servant scurry away. Appears that Kaladin frightened her in some way. With groaning, stiff muscles, Kaladin sat up and regarded his meal, flatbread and stuffed bean paste. He stood waving off some of the strange sprin, like hot wires crossing before him, and then forced himself to do a set of push-ups. Keeping his strength up would be difficult if his imprisonment too long. Perhaps he could ask for some stones to use for training. Was this what happened to Moash's grandparents? Kaladin wondered, taking the food, waiting for a trial until they died in prison. Kaladin sat on his bench, nibbling on the flatbread. There'd been a high storm yesterday, but he had only barely been able to hear it, locked so far away in this room. He heard Syl humming nearby. Couldn't find where she'd gone. Syl? She kept hiding from him. There was a cryptic at the fight. You mentioned those before, didn't you? A type of spren? A revolting type, but not evil, I don't think. I was going to follow it, but just as it fled, you needed me. When I went back to look, it had hidden from me. What does it mean? Cryptics like to plan. Yes, I remember. They debate and watch, but never do anything. But... What?
We start calling him
They're looking for someone. I've seen the signs. Soon you might not be alone, Kaladin.
the Mega Scott.
Looking for someone. Another Surge Binder, or a different kind of Knights Radiant. Oh, storms. If they'd chose Adolin. This thought should have made him sick, but instead he found Syl's revelation oddly comforting. Not being alone. Even if it did turn out to be Adolin, made him feel better. As he was finishing his meal, a thump came from the hallway. A door opening? Only Light Eyes could visit him, though none had come this far, unless you counted Hoyd. Storm catches everyone, eventually. The rest of you awake to a sudden noise back in the room. Hey! You see Sigzil step in. They're releasing Kaladin. Come on, we have to go.
Speak to Zestian.
I will
Right
hop
now?
up and
Okay.
I'm gonna like just jump up
I
and
run
go.
out.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. I'm like, holy shit, fuck yeah.
I go. Like throwing on your coat as you're walking out the door, like throwing on the pants, like one-legged.
Still walking out in the loincloth? No, I don't need them. I'll come back and get dressed. This is more important.
Oh, yeah, the nudity.
Yeah, dude. Holy
go.
shit.
It's
I'm not tempted, the dice
self
gods.
freedom. We don't need clothes.
He's got a toy.
They're only confinements.
Hit your head. Don't hit your head.
He's gonna hit us up.
I made a roll, Marshall. Do you want this roll?
I don't know if I do.
Do it.
Is that a yes or a no?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes, he says yes.
I hate getting told yes from other people because then I'm peer pressured into
Do it.
saying yes.
do
Yeah,
it.
fuck it, we'll take her. Wait, what was the roll for? Okay, cool. Oh, sick.
Anyways, Just so you know.
I'll take it.
We're men amongst men.
I'm a soldier.
Average.
I'm a
Average.
warrior.
Sorry about that.
Slightly above. Slightly
So-
above.
No, that's definitely more
I
than
came
God
looking for
damn
booty.
it,
I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Choice is yours.
The giant horse cock weighs over
Just
11
damn it.
pounds.
Okay.
That's quite big. Impressive.
How many do we have that retain to this one thing?
I'm just saying when
Yeah, baby.
my first thought after Jade said that's average.
Shut up, bitch!
You done fucked up now!
You really lit a fire in the fucking group tonight.
Love you guys.
Oh, I love it.
You in a group of 7 people where 5 of them are dudes, you told them, hey, you're all below average regardless of what you think. And it's like, okay.
I just want to know the kind of guys Jade has been hanging out with her entire life
so do
leading up
I.
to this moment.
I
would say
really
they're-
want to know now.
I would say they're horses, but she's afraid of them.
Yeah, she fucking terrified of horses.
Apparently not.
It's impossible not to just try to save the giant horse guy.
The giant horse
Oh,
conch. All right.
I'm
In any
just
case,
saying.
as
Just
you
another
as you
song.
all rush
Like it
around,
never happened.
Garrick, like a grandfather clock, just underneath the loincloth.
Sound of a meaty. Oh, God, no.
Jade's just walking around like, yeah, it should be the size of their forearm.
God, the cup I must need to use for battle must be insane.
It's like a fire hose. You got to wrap it up.
Oh, you gotta register that thing to carry it around.
Oh, no. You could hamburger it, but mine would be a double separate.
Well,
Like,
good
I'm
news is if
just
you ever get too
saying,
tired, you can just kick it out and
Comes
lean forward.
equipped with a
I
mace.
hate that this is the conversation we've tried to move away from
Yeah.
twice now, and we've come back to
No,
it.
it's great. Anyways. All right. As you guys are all rushing over, you will kind of go into somewhat of a half
Wait,
trance.
he can run with that thing?
Not very
know
well.
he was gonna do this.
No, he just has 2 giant bruises right in the middle of his thighs.
That's what
Like,
I
dude
do
has a
when we wake up and
kickstand.
we'll go out there just in our loincloths.
Ah.
Hey,
It's the battle of sexy men from Grand Blue Fantasy all over again.
Floppy,
This
floppy
is mini me all
wheels.
over again.
Oh god, yeah, just kickstand it. Oh god, hell yeah, that's one hell of an athletic cup.
Have you seen The Longest Yard?
Yeah. Now I have. Anyways, yeah, so you all get over there. You see the rest of Bridge 4 just basically coalescing in a tiny ass room. In the
I'm
corner,
not standing in front of Raphael.
in the corner, you guys are gonna see what looks like a large box. Oh god.
yep, there it is.
Okay.
Let's
We're,
save it for later.
we're moving
Save it
on.
for later.
For the love of God.
I needed to post something in memes so I didn't forget about it. That's all I was doing.
I got 8 more minutes, guys. I
What's
gotta
in the
finish this
notes?
scene. Huh?
I said it's in the notes. Don't worry.
No. That's spear. That's the spear Kaladin's holding. Don't worry about it.
Your head? I'm sorry, what?
Anyways, okay. So you guys are all chilling out in there. In the corner, you see what looks like a giant box. With a cloth over it. And you're kind of halfway in a vision between being there and with Kaladin. You see Dalinar Kholin step into his room, and despite the dour thoughts and sour attitude, Kaladin's immediate reaction, drilled into him over years, was to stand and salute and to rest. That was his commanding officer after all, and he felt like an idiot as soon as he did it. He stood behind bars and saluted the man who put him there. At ease. Dalinar said with a nod, his hands clasped behind his back. Something about Dalinar was so imposing, even when the man looked relaxed. He looks like the generals from stories, Kaladin thought. Thick-faced and gray of hair, solid in the same way a brick was. He didn't wear the uniform wore. Dalinar Kolen represented the ideal that Kaladin had long since decided was mere fantasy. How are your accommodations? Sir, I'm in a storming prison. You see a smile crack Dalinar's face. So I see. Calm yourself, soldier. If I ordered you to guard a room for a week, would you have done it? Yeah. Then consider this your duty. Guard this room. I'll make sure nobody unauthorized runs off with the chamber pot, sir. Elgar's coming around. He finished cooling off, and only worried earlier that releasing you too quickly would make him look weak. But I've convinced him to submit a formal pardon of your crime and have you reinstated to your position. Everything okay? I don't see that I have any choice, sir. This is hard for you. Kaladin. You're well cared for, as are your men. 2 of the bridgemen guard the way into the building at all times. There's nothing to worry about. If it's your reputation with me. Sir, I guess I'm not convinced that the king will ever let me go. He has a history of letting inconvenient people rot in dungeons until they die. As soon as Kaladin said the words, he couldn't believe that they'd slipped from his lips. They sounded insubordinate, even treasonous, but they'd been sitting there in his mouth, demanding to be spoken. Dalinar reined in his position, posture, with his hands clasped behind his back. You speak of the silversmiths, Black and Kholinar. So he did know. Stormfather Dalinar had been involved. Kaladin nodded. How did you hear of the incident? From one of my men. He knew the people that you had imprisoned. I had hoped we had escaped those rumors. But of course, rumors grow like lichen, crusted on and impossible to scrub free. What happened to those people was a mistake, soldier. I admit that freely. The same won't happen to you. Are the rumors about them true, then? I would really rather not speak of the Roshon affair. You see Kaladin's face go pale. Roshon? Yes, a minor light ice. Sir, it's important that I know this for my own peace of mind. See Dalinar look him up and down. Kaladin just stared ahead. Mind, no. As he remembered his brother, he remembered the boy on the operating table, the white spine spikes through the boy's legs, trying to save an absolutely lost case and failing and losing everything for it. I suppose I owe you this, but it's not to be spread around. Roshon was a petty man who gained Elhokar's ear. Elhokar was crowned prince then and commanded rule over Kholinar and the watch of the kingdom while his father organized our first camps here on the Shattered Plain. I was away at the time. In any case, do not blame Elhokar. He was talking and taking the advice of someone he trusted. Roshon, however, sought his own interests ahead of those of the throne. He ordered several silversmith shops. Well, the exact details aren't important. Suffice to say, Roshon led the prince to make some errors. I cleared it up when I returned. You saw this Roshon punished? Exiled, yes. Elhokar moved the man to a place where he couldn't do any more harm. Place where he couldn't do any more harm. Kaladin almost laughed. You have something to say? You don't know what I want to think. What I think, sir. Perhaps I don't, but I need to hear it anyway. Dalinar was a good man. Blinded in some ways, but a good man. Well, sir, I find it troubling that a man like Roshon could be responsible for the deaths of innocent people and yet escape prison. It was a complicated, soldier. Rashon was one of Prince Sadius's sworn liegemen, cousin to important whose support we needed. I originally argued that Rashon should be stripped of his station and made a tenor, forced to live in his life in squalor, but that would have alienated our allies and could have undermined the kingdom. Elokar argued for leniency towards Rashon, and his father agreed via Spanreed. I relented, figuring that mercy was not an attribute I should discourage in Elokar. Of course not. Though it seems that such mercy often ends serving the cousins of powerful light eyes, and rarely someone lowly. Soldier, do you think I've been unfair towards you or your men? You? No, sir. But this isn't about you. Dalinar exhaled softly, as if in frustration. Captain, you and your men are in a unique position. You spend your daily lives around the king. You don't see the face that is presented to the world. You see the man. It has ever been so for close bodyguards. So your loyalty needs to be extra firm and generous. Yes, the man you guard has flaws. Every man does. He is still your king, and I will have your respect. I could do respect. I can and do respect the throne, sir. Son, do you know why I put you in the position I did? You said it was because you needed someone that you could trust to not be a spy for Sadius. That's the rationale. You see Dalinar step closer to the bars, only inches away from Kaladin. But that's not the reason. I did it because it felt right. You see Kaladin frown. I trust my hunches. My gut said you were a man who could help change this king. A man who could live through damnation itself in Sadius's camp and still somehow inspire others. That was the man I wanted under command. You see Dalinar's expression grow harder. I gave you a position no Dark Eyes has ever held in this army. I let you into conferences with the king. I have listened when you have spoke. Do not make me regret those decisions, soldier. You don't already? I've come close. Understand, though, if you truly believe what you told me about Amaranth, well, if I had been in your place, I would have been hard-pressed to not do the same thing you did. But storm it, man, you're still a Dark Eyes. Shouldn't matter. Maybe it shouldn't, but it does. You want to change that? Well, you're not going to do it by screaming like a lunatic and challenging men like Amaram to duels. You'll do it by distinguishing yourself in the position I gave you. Be the kind of man that others admire, whether it's to be light eyes or dark. Convince Elokar that Dark Eyes can lead. That will change the world. See Dalinar turn and begin walking away. Kaladin couldn't help but think that the man's shoulders seemed a little more bowed than they had been when they'd entered. Feet scraped on the stone outside of Kaladin's cage. One of the jailers, on him again, presumably. Kaladin continued to lie motionless with his eyes closed and did not look. In order to keep the dark eyes at bay, the darkness at bay, he'd begun planning. What would he do when he got out? He'd tell him to do it forcibly. He had to tell himself that forcibly. It wasn't that he didn't trust Dalinar. His mind betrayed him, whispered things that weren't true. Suddenly you hear a clink as the door opens. Kaladin's eyes snapped open, growing tense. Had they come to take him and execute him, as the king had wished? He leapt to his feet, coming into a battle stance. The empty bowl in front of his meal had held to throw. Storms, man. Thought you were asleep. Well, your time is served. Inside your pardon today. Didn't even strip you of your rank or position. Guess you're lucky. You see Kaladin kind of warily step out of the cell. You're a distrustful one, aren't you? I guess that makes you a good bodyguard. Right then. He started walking down the hall. Kaladin followed each step, traveling. He was free now. As he reached the end of the hallway, you'll see one of these side doors clink open as well. As Adolin steps out, smiling, a couple weeks worth of growth. Kaladin had a few weeks of growth on his face. Here, he's free. Can we finally be done with this farce, Your Highness? Your Highness? As Adolin steps out of the hall. Just wearing a simple, tight uniform, stepped out. He also had several weeks of growth on his face, though his beard was blonde, speckled with black. The princeling took a deep breath and turned towards Kaladin and nodded. He locked you away? How? What? Were my orders followed? You hear Adolin ask to the jailer. They wait in the room just beyond, Bretlord. The jailer sounded strangely nervous. Adolin nodded, moving in that direction. Kaladin reached the jailer, taking him by the arm. What is happening? The king put Dalinar's heir in here? The king didn't have to do anything with it. Bright Lord Adolin insisted. So long as you were in here, he wouldn't leave. Tried to stop him, but the man's a prince. Can't storming make him do anything. Even leave. He locked himself away in a cell, and we just had to live with it. You find Kaladin glancing over at Adolin, who walks slowly down the hallway. Prince looked a lot better than Kaladin felt. Adolin obviously had seen a few baths, and his prison cell had been much larger, with more privacy. Though it had still been a cell. That was a disturbance that he'd heard right at the beginning. You see Kaladin jog up to Adolin. Why? Didn't seem right that you were in here. I ruined your chance to duel Sadeas. I'd be crippled or dead without you, so I wouldn't have had the chance to fight Sadeas anyway. Besides, you saved Renarin. It's my job. Then we need to pay you more, Bridge Boy. You see Adolin say. Because I don't know if I've ever met another man who would jump in unarmored into a fight with 6 shard bearers. See Kaladin frown. Wait, are you wearing cologne in prison? Well, there's no need to be barbaric just because I was incarcerated. Storms, you're spoiled. You see Kaladin say, but a smile creeps across his face. I'm refined, you insolent farmer. Besides, I'll have you know that I had to use cold water for my baths while I was here. Poor boy. I know. You see Adolin hesitate a moment before turning around and holding out his hand. I'm sorry for ruining the plan, Kaladin said, clasping it. You didn't ruin it. Elhokar did that. You think he couldn't have simply ignored your request and proceeded, letting me expand on my challenge to Sadeas? He threw a tantrum instead of taking control of the crowd and pushing it forward. Storming man. Kaladin blinked at the atrocious tone, and then glanced towards the jailer, who stood in the distance behind, obviously trying to look inconspicuous. The things you said about Amoram, were they true? Every one. You see Adolin nod. I've always wondered what that man is hiding. Wait, you believe me? My father is the best man I know, perhaps the best man alive. Even he loses his temper, makes bad judgment calls, and has trouble. Amoram never seems to do anything wrong. If you listen to the stories about him, it's like everyone expects him to glow in the dark and piss nectar. That stings to me, as someone who works too hard to maintain his reputation. Your father said I shouldn't have tried to duel him. Yeah, dueling is formalized in a way, so I suspect you just don't get it. Dark Eyes can't challenge a man like Amoram. And you certainly shouldn't have done it like you did. Embarrass the king, like spitting on a gift he'd given you. Of course, that shouldn't have mattered to you anymore. Not after today. Adolin pushes open the door and into the room where you are all waiting. As a cheer goes up from the rest of the members of Bridge 4.
Ooh, yeah. Talk about,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, sir.
You see Adolin smiling as he kind of grabs Kaladin by the shoulder. It turns out that I am in possession of not one, but 2 new shard blades and 3 sets of plate. Colin Princedom now owns 1/4 of all the shard blades in Lethkar, and I've been named dueling champion. Not surprising though, considering Relis was the one was on a caravan back to Alethkar the night after our duel, sent by his father in an attempt to hide the shame of being beaten so soundly. 1 complete set of shards is going to General Call. I've ordered 2 sets of plate to be given to the appropriate light eyes of Rake in my father's army. That leaves 1 full set. Personally, I'm curious if the stories are true. If a Dark Eyes bonds a shard plate, will their eyes change color? You see Kaladin clearly have a moment of sheer panic as he's like, oh shit, it's happening again. The armor is removed, the box and sheets revealing a shimmering silvery blade, edged on both sides, a pattern of twisting vines wrapping up at the center. At the feet, the armor is uncovered a set of plate, painted orange, taken from one of the men Kaladin had helped defeat. Take the shards and everything changed. Kaladin immediately felt sick, almost cripplingly so. He turned back to Adolin. I could do with these as I wish. Take them. They are yours. Not anymore. As he starts looking around the room. Moash, take these. You're now a shard bearer. As all of the color drains from Moash's face, Kaladin prepared himself. Last time, he flinched as Adolin grabbed him by the shoulder. But the tragedy of Amaram's army did not repeat. Instead, Adolin yanked Kaladin back into the hallway, holding his hand to stopping the bridgeman from talking. Just a second. Nobody move, he orders to everybody in the room. He hisses at Kaladin. I'm giving you a shard blade and plate, Kaladin. Thank you. Moash will use them well. He's been training with Scythe. I didn't give them to him. I gave them to you. If they really are mine, then I could do with them as I wish. Or are they not really mine? What's wrong with you? This is a dream of every soldier, darker than light. Is this out of spite? Or is it... What is it? It's not out of spite. Adolin, those blades have killed too many people I love. I can't look at them. I can't touch them without seeing blood. You'd be light-eyed. Even if it didn't change your eye color, you'd count as one. Shard bearers are immediately of the 4th dawn. You could challenge Amaram. Your whole life could change. I don't want my life to change because I've become a light eyes. I want the lives of people like me, like I am now, to change. This gift is not for me, Adolin. I'm not trying to spite you or anyone else. I just don't want a shard blade. That assassin is going to come back. We both know it. And I'd rather have you there with shards to back me up. I'll be more useful without them. See Adolin frown. Let me give the shards to Moash. You saw on the field that he could handle himself fine, that I could handle myself fine without a blade and plates. If we shard up one of my best men, then there will be 3 of us to fight him, not just 2. Adolin looked into the room skeptically, and then back skeptically at Kaladin. You are crazy, you realize. I'll accept that. Fine. You, Moash, was it? I guess those shards are yours now. Congratulations, you now outrank 90% of Lethkar. Pick yourself a family name and ask to join one of the houses under Dalinar's banner. Or start your own if you're so inclined. You see Adolin wave his hand. As Moash glanced over at Kaladin for the confirmation, Kaladin nodded. The tall bridgeman walked to the side of the room, reaching out his fingers towards the shard blade, and then seized it, lifting the blade in awe. Like most of
Steal it, kill everyone in the room, and run away.
Moash looked out at the others at Bridge 4, a sea of wide eyes and speechless open mouth as glory spin rose around him, spinning in a mass like 24 spheres of light. His eyes, shouldn't they be changing? Lupin asks. If it happens, it might not be until he bonded it, and that takes a week. Put the blade on me. You hear Moash order the armorers, urgent, as if he's worried that they would be taken from him. Enough of this, Rock said as the armorers began the work and filled that. We have a party to give. The great Captain Kaladin. Stormblessed, dweller of prisons. You will come eat my stew now. I have been cooking it as long as you were locked away. Kaladin let the bridgeman usher him out the sunlight where the crowd of soldiers waited.
Stew.
And including the bridgemen of other crews. These cheered. Kaladin caught sight of Dalinar waiting off to the side. Adolin moved to join his father, but Dalinar watched Kaladin. What did that look mean? So pensive. Kaladin looked away, accepting greetings from bridgemen as they clasped it on the shoulder and back. Garrick. Lastly, before we end session, as Kaladin has returned, you see Dalinar looking at you. Curious. Do you remember the moment that definitely saw your ass glass glowing?
I'm gonna go.
You walk. And with that, Kaladin free, and the story of Fleet now heard by all players. So we're in session.
Hey, for once, it wasn't super traumatic and gory. I'm a little nervous now.
Well, now that it's over, I can let everyone know that not a single natural one was rolled tonight.
Hell yeah, brother.
We are
I feel
64
like
natural 20s and 58 natural ones.
Wow.
I feel like all of the guys in here rolled a natural one on our wisdom stave.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment Jade decided to say, oh, 10, so I'm average. And it's like,
You guys rolled an emotional on that one.
Emotional thing.
We had a 70 and a 79 tonight.
Yeah. It's fucked up. They're teasing us.
bro, this has been an interesting night for all these rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.